So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So every day from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. From Los Angeles time. And in this meditation sessions, we mainly try to share some basic information for yourself to develop a very good, authentic spiritual foundation. So if you look for more meaningful, calmer, wiser way of meditation practice, you may find some information here. So you are most welcome to join with us and follow our sessions. So here we have online, we have our YouTube channel, and we have Facebook page. So we connect this both and go everyday live. And at the same time, we have our Zoom session. Our students join for the Zoom session. So we connect that and go to that live telecast every day. So if you wish for any meaningful meditation practice, so please join with us. So let me get connected to the network, then we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to be very clear with the technique we practice here, and out of meditation practice, how we can gain more calmer, comfortable, wiser mindset, and how you can apply it to your conventional life, and out of that conventional success, how you can gain your eternal transformation. So this is a very clear path for yourself to practice. It is not just you can gain this through only by ideas, believing. It's the way that you have to develop by practicing. So that's why it is your effort, it is your understanding is more important. Day by day, little by little, how you put your effort to your inner practice, to gain and build up that inner quality. And certain time in a one way, it's become a profitable skill to yourself. So once it's become a profitable skill, it's going to be there with you, like the shadow never leave your body. So when it comes to this meditation, and we have the mind itself is kind of like not what we understand about the mind, and the mind has a different nature. So mind has its own way. So then by our thoughts, if we try to overtake the nature of the mind, we can't go deeper. For the moment you feel comfortable, but by the time it's going to become more difficult for you. So there was a new students look for meditation, and he heard in the mountain there is a Zen monk. So one day he went to see this monk. So somehow it was a kind of like a very short conversation. The monk showed him another mountain, and there is a place to practice meditation. So tomorrow early morning, you get there and you sit and practice. And that's it. So this student thought to going to the top of the mountain and sitting will bring the calm and relaxed, comfortable mind. So what happened early in the morning, very next day, he climbed to the mountain and found the place and sat there, start to close his eyes and settle down, thinking now he going to become more comfortable with the body and mind. He thought now his mind going to become more calmer and relaxed. From morning to evening, he was trying to practice something, but it didn't happen. The body start to give pain, and the mind start to give a hard time going here and there, and he couldn't hold the body or the mind. So end of the day, he got so tired. He came back to the master, and when he saw the master asked, "How was the meditation?" Oh, then the student, "Oh, it was so difficult. My body started to give pain, and my mind was so busy, and I couldn't come to calmness." And the master asked, "So did you try to think about something?" Or like, no, I didn't think anything. but the thought start to come. So then the master told, okay, that's then. So the very next day, you go early in the morning and start to think. So whatever, carefully, start to keep thinking. Each and every moment start to focus to think something. And then the student thought, oh, that is very easy, because we always do thinking. Now, oh, that's a very, it's a kind of like a piece of cake. And he, very next day, Helen, now he's so positive because now he got a very, easy technique. Early in the morning, he climbed to the mountain and sat there, close his mind and start to focus to some thoughts. So start to think. Then by the time that whatever the mind start to slip away. And then after a few minutes, he come back to thinking. And he brought many topics: philosophy, religion, art, music, the money, all the sensual things. He start to bring many topics to it, but still, only few minutes he keep thinking, then suddenly the mind disappeared. And he was helpless. Now, in the beginning, he was trying to settle down without thoughts, but it didn't work. The very next day, he came and sat with the intention to have thoughts, but still it didn't work. And he got so tired. And he came back to the master, and the master asked, how about meditation? Oh, I don't know what's going on here. I was trying to think, but whatever I think, then suddenly it disappeared. So then master told, now you try to stay without thinking, it didn't work. So now the very next day, you try to think, it didn't work. So then let the mind to be there as it is. But yourself be aware whatever the mind brings. And then the very next day he went. Now he don't have any effort to go with the mind. And then the very next day he transformed from doing mood to being mood. So that is a skill through meditation you have to develop. Because we always active this doing mood. In that doing mood, unknowingly deeper inside us, we develop a current, the resistance. And by the time what you resist become your persistence, it's going to be with you. So then end of the day, what you don't like going to become your life. So within the mind, when you practice meditation, sometimes if you look for the calmness, what happened that you look for that calmness, thinking about that all these outside disturbances should go away, so that you start to resist that deeply. When you think about meditation, you have the preconditioned mind believing, oh, I need this very silent place. And then what happened? You start to push away all the sounds from you. But once you start to sit, what happened? All the sounds around you start to overtake. So everything the same. So then this doing mood deeply, what happened? Start to take us to the current. And then by the time our struggle itself become a kind of like our practice. So then with the sitting and deeper inside us, always mind kind of like a fighting. So this become a battlefield. Then it's go to internal war. That is not meditation. So there is nothing that you try to do out of this worldly nature. There's nothing you look within this physical comfort. You don't have, it should be like this or that way, kind of like a preconditioned mind. Only thing, you develop the awareness. So when it comes to that awareness, right now, right here, whatever available, you recognize it. So here we go with the as a primary mental object with our inhalation, exhalation. So you bring your attention to your inhalation, exhalation. So again and again, little by little, you have to develop this. So the thing is, your mind, listen this very carefully, your mind. So the mind here doesn't mean only the brain. So when we say the mind in the deeper level, it's beyond that, all the psychological, biological, historical, theological, ecological characters. When we say the mind means entire your head to toes, your whole body. Remember that. That is what we train. That is what we practice. That's why it's a kind of like the very holistic way of development. It's not a one part. So you integrate this, your body, mind, the nature, environment, everything together. When you say mind, you don't separate something. There's no separation. You are part of this everything part of you. But the very misunderstanding ourselves, when it comes to practice, we think we separate our thoughts from our body. We separate our body from the environment. We separate our ideas or the practice from the process. So if you separate like that way, you will never understand the process, because you, in the very beginning, you block the process. So then how are you going to understand? You go away from the process. Then how you can understand? So from far away, that just seeing something you can't get. Our method is we go into the middle. We go through that. That's how we understand. We don't escape from a situation. We don't void from a situation and from outside through the colors or through the gossips. We don't try to understand. We go into the middle of the situation. That is what the very meaning of the Tathagata, go through. Remember that. That is the Buddha's way of understanding. When a situation comes, you don't look for exit. You don't bypass the situation and go. You don't breach the situation. You go through it rather than holding, grasping, clinging. You go through it with the very clear understanding. So that's how you gain it, because once you go through that, one time, through the entire samsaric journey into your future, until you attain to the liberation, anymore it's not going to become a hindrance to yourself. But even imagine, even your shadow in front of you, if you try to exit or the bypass or the bridge, or if you try to void it, or if you try to escape from it, what will happen? That shadow going to become bigger. So then by the time, rather than your reality, your shadow going to become stronger in your life. That's what happened. That's how in this society today, 2020, it's in the middle of this year, the through the entire world, this all with the machines, technology, and the success, the science, this within this everything. Today, the most powerful currency, the most strongest power became the fear. Fear hold everything today. When it comes to that, all the education systems develop out of the fear. And the most of people, more than any other time, and rushing towards the spiritual practice, meditation, yoga, chanting, all the spiritual practice. But behind that, more than any other time, people have the fear. The fear is the current that push everybody towards they can't get the result. Because if you rush because of the fear, you will never get into the real understanding. So that's the thing. So then you have to remember yourself. Why it happened like that? Why the fear became so strong with everything? Within our personal life, within our conventional life, within our spiritual life. How so far in this journey that people went through many success, but still how the fear became the strongest, and the fear became the so valuable currency, the fear became so powerful in the world. Because people, more than any other time, people so smart to escape from situations. That's the thing. We are so smart to cover up. We are so smart to breach. We are so smart to bypass the situations than go into the situation. So don't develop that kind of attitude. At least, in the conventional life, forget about it. At least within yourself. If you are afraid for you, how you can talk about this outside world? So don't afraid for you. So when it comes to meditation, that's why. So the very authentic, very clear, energetic way of practice meditation means you become naked to yourself. You don't put garment on your character. You go, it's kind of like you go to the mirror. At least you have to be naked to yourself. That means know thyself. You know who you are. You at least you have to be very clear with all in and out within yourself and know who is this person inside this skin. Don't try to cover up. Don't try to escape from when you look into yourself. So that is the beginning of spiritual development, not this outside world. There's nothing to conquer there. There's nothing to gain there. 100 years you may invest up to the outside, it's not going to. It's like just the drop of water in the ocean. We can't get anything. No. So that's why, but within yourself, at least if you are capable to get into a little bit, 1 inch deeper into yourself and recognize very clear understanding, knowingly, who are you? So what's happening here inside? What is the very behavior? What is the very nature? What is the taste that you carry within yourself as memory? Once you know that, at least that wisdom for yourself to give clarity, and it will show you your next step, where are you heading. That is the beauty of wisdom, because you understand where this current take you. That's enough. That understanding will give the power to yourself to be with it. That is the beginning of, before change anything, because there's nothing to change once you understand it. Because why? Because it is you. There's nothing to change. Naturally, the transformation comes to you once you understand. So this happening this way, when we don't understand, there's a different way of happening within us. But once you become very clear, once you see whatever, once you don't have the fear to face for your own life, once you don't have the fear to see your own mind, once you don't have fear to look into your own character, your transformation itself happen out of your bodily, verbally, mentally actions, completely something else going to come as a result. So that's why it is not a kind of like you become somebody and you do something else. So that's why that one should develop the method of go through. Rather than doing, you start to develop the being mood. So practice with it, be with the mind. So that when it comes to meditation, don't try to do anything. Even within your own mind, shut up that conversation. Just observe the sensation. If you focus to the breathing, observe the sensation. If you focus to the feelings, observe the feelings. If you see the sensation anywhere in your body, observe that. If you focus to the pain, focus to that. If you focus to the postures, focus to that. If you just watch the thoughts, just watch it. Even if you watch the candle or the candlelight or the outside nature or the cloud or the sun, the moon, the anything, landscape, if you watch that, whatever in the present moment, just be with it. Don't try to escape from that. Don't take any conscious decision to move away. Take the conscious decision again and again and again to be with your moment of experience. So your mind has a very natural, listen this very carefully, your mind has a very natural mechanism to connect. It's not you think and connect with something. The very mind has a mechanism to connect. And it is very sustainable, vigilant, and has a way to engage without any disconnection. It's bring the total connection. So how you can get into that? By thinking you can't. Allowing it to settle down is the way that you tap into that natural mechanism, allowing it to settle down. So then when it comes to that, one is you have to focus. So you focus to the present moment of your primary mental object. So whatever that you select it, for us, we take the breathing in the beginning. You take that and your focus should be with that. So you focus, refocus, refocus. You focus again and again. If the mind start to slip away, go away, jump, it's like the monkey jump tree to tree, branch to branch, thought may go, but you focus, you bring back, you stay with the present moment rather than jumping to past or the future. So you focus. When you focus, there is another quality you should add. You slow down, don't be hurried. This is not a race. This is not a game with others. We don't look for losing or winning result out of this. So you take time. This is a more art that you go deeper into you. And so in the beginning, everything blank, dark. You can't see any light. That's the very nature of inside us. But that's why you have to be slowed down a little bit. And you have to focus, and you bring another quality, slow down. Don't be hurry when you focus. And another thing is, you have to add the self-love to that focus and slow down. You don't abuse, you don't agitate, you don't resist, you don't fight with you don't challenge to you. Remember those things. Those are very important when you go deeper into yourself, because that what you resist become your persistence. Don't bring that. So we don't have this. So when you have the love, you always have the compassion towards that. No matter whatever the nature is there. Maybe your mind going to be, you feel kind of like it's like the hell. Of course, it is inside us. It's a hell. It's burning. Because it is not this moment of experience. This body and mind came to this moment as a result of long history. So you have the historical background here. Another thing is you have the very biological background from your grandparents. We don't know our grandparents to grandparents to parents, how their lifestyle went through. Many up and downs. And that everything is the result of this body. So then it came to you. So you have this biological history. And theological history, out of the many religions, it is not a one day that you came to sit meditation and then everything you understand very calmly and quietly. Look at the spiritual history. It's kind of like a mess. It's still the same. Many theories, patterns, believing, following, people went through here and there wrong ways, and still we don't know sometimes what is right or what is wrong regarding that what you used to believe. One time people used to believe the earth is flat. Still there are some people believe. Some people used to believe the sun and the moon, those are the gods. Those are the creators. And still there are some believe out of this everything there is a super consciousness. There are some, it's kind of like a parallel universe. There is something, when things happen here, there is exactly, things happen in somewhere else. So this theological history, the result in you, it's not a kind of like just simple thought that whatever thought came to you. Maybe you have the idea, I want to find the wisdom. So from where that idea came and how you know what you mean by the wisdom. So that's maybe for some people, wisdom means this. Listen to this and try to be very clear within yourself. So don't carry that kind of ideas regarding the wisdom. For some people, wisdom means, just imagine they go to the top of a mountain and start to practice, or just keep looking. And then suddenly, they see something deeper with the sun and the clouds, the mix with something, and they see something. And in that very moment, there is some idea triggered inside them. And then they believe it's kind of like, oh, there is something super light beyond the sun. And I saw that, how, the reflection came out of the cloud. It's not the sun. And it is not that my mind, there is some different light I saw, but he don't see. Is that the reflection of the cloud. Now he start to believe, oh, there is a super light. And that person think, oh, getting to that is my wisdom. And he start to look for that. She start to look for that. You know? So for that person, finding and make that, what that person saw, to make it real, is the wisdom. But when it comes to the dharma or the wisdom here, recognizing things as it is, and after that, understanding how things come to be as they are. Not your imagination bring as reality. Remember that. There are a lot of people we see, they are in a dream, they are visualization, they are ideas. They want to bring it to in front of them and experience as a kind of like a reality that they look for. They look a method to do that and believing that is the wisdom. That is not the wisdom. Maybe you can, it's kind of like you can build up it out of science. You know, there are many methods, patterns you can use to make it. Same thing like, you know, what we experience today, it was in our imagination. From where that idea came? Because there are some belief when the God created this human, he left something inside you. Because he is the Father. And he gave something. What is that gave? One is this body, the structure, the form. Another one is the power of imagination. So then, now you think that what you imagine you bring as reality. Then you think that is the power of the God. So that, but when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, that when it comes to the Dharma, we go totally different way. So our wisdom is recognizing, understanding how things come to be as they are. And when it go more deeper, it's not these outside things. How your experience happens within your 5 aggregates: form, feeling, perception, volition, consciousness. How that happens. So understanding that is the wisdom. Not about the sun, the moon, the clouds, the earth, the universe, or this mechanism, that mechanism. No. Understanding your 5 aggregates. And understanding head to toes this body. When something comes to you, understanding regarding that from A to Z, how it comes to be as it is. So that's why seeing inside, go into inside, is the mechanism of wisdom. So the very hindrance for that is our doing mind. So then slowly get out of that doing mind and transform yourself to being mind. So as I mentioned from the beginning, this or the boiling mind come as a result of many things: biological, historical, theological, and ecological, you know, and all these ideas, schooling system, culture, tradition, this everything, you know, it's kind of like a salad, put salad inside us. So when you come with the thought, that everything behind that thought. So that's why the calming down and adding self-love allow you to not to agitate that, not to bring that deeper fire inside you, related to this all the historical, biological, theological, ecological background. When you have the self-love, calmness, focus together, and it come to a point yourself to settle down. And not only that, there's another thing you have to bring. Without that, it doesn't work. It's going to become so mellow, so soft. So that's the energy, the strength. So that strength is the conscious decision you take, because that is the most, we don't have it. You know, we don't develop that, the mental, deeper, sustainable energy inside us. And we losing it. So physically, we lose that energy, and more than any other time, you see this energy drinks that the people into so much energy. Why? Because out of this, our food circle and our lifestyle, we don't have anymore that sustainable way to develop the energy. And the very first thing is the wrong breathing. People disconnect from the breathing, because the method to develop the energy in you, the breathing. If you know how to breathe properly, the energy going to be there with you, physical energy and the mental energy. So that's why your thinking pattern directly affect for your breathing pattern. So when it comes to anapanasati, or the contemplate on your inhalation, exhalation, you deeply don't disturb to your breathing. So that will allow you to have the very sustainable energy in yourself. Your body is a kind of like a transformer. This is a energy generator. Each and every joint in your body is a kind of like an energy generator. It's related to breathing and the movements. When you less move, less breathing, you become weaker. So that's the method. So then, slowly, little by little, if you have the right movements and the breathing system, the deeper, the for your posture, and even for your mind, you get the very clear energy. So when you have kind of like a very lethargic, lazy mindset while you practice, even with your posture, just take a deep breathing. And slow, deeper breathing will uplift your energy. So you have to be calm, focus, and focus to that. You recognize your primary mental object very clearly, what you want to focus, where you want to focus. So you recognize that, and you bring the calmness. Don't be hurry. Another thing is, you add the self-love. You don't agitate. You don't abuse yourself. You don't push too hard yourself. You become so gentle, and at the same time you add the energy, the force, the strength, the power to that mindset. And slow, and so you focus, and then you stay there, and when the mind little bit slip away, go away, you refocus. So when you refocus, this is the mistake we does, remember that. So the very principle of in the beginning, when you work with the mind, when you focus in the beginning, I mentioned you have to slow down. And you slow down, you focus your primary mental object in front of your nose and upper lip area, and you have the enough energy. Now you have the strength, focus, and you have the desire with the self-love. And you stay here 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 10 seconds, then the mind disappears. When the mind disappears, what happens when you refocus? You become fast. and your energy become high, and the self-love, that's mean the calmness or the self-respect towards yourself, you get disturbed because you have developed kind of expectations out of your practice, and you believe, you think, you have very preconditioned mind. Oh, I am calm now, I am relaxed now, I am focused to breathing. Oh, my meditation practice should bring some kind of result to me. So that expectations, what happened when the mind disconnect from the point, you disappoint. So that disappointment break the rules. So then what happened? You become so fast. When you refocus, rather than become slow, you become so fast. Not only that, in the beginning you had the self-love, but now you have the disappointment. So that disappointment make you kind of like, more disturbed person, and your resistance going to become so strong towards your own practice. So this is the mistake. So then when you practice, remember, you focus, you calm down, you balance the strength and the energy with the respect. And when the mind disappears, slip away, move away, don't be hurried. When you refocus, you calm down. You double the calmness. You don't become quick. Your calmness, you have to double rather than become so quick. And when it go to that, the adding the self-love, the self-respect, you take it as it's okay. It's okay. You don't resist that. You accept it with the greater respect. You don't think, oh, my mind, it doesn't work. This practice I can't do. Why my mind happened? You don't go like that. You have the self-rest. It's okay. So whatever, you accept it. And the energy. So you balance it, because if you become so quick, then what happened? The energy going to become so strong, the current that you put with the intention, then it again unbalanced. No, you double the speed, the slow down, you double it, slow down, slow down, and refocus, and then energy, you balance the energy. Because when you slow down, you can't bring more energy in the beginning. You have to bring the energy with the very carefully towards your primary mental object. So then you will see little bit you can go deeper, and the duration going to become a little bit longer, and your very sustainable, vigilant connection going to be there. And then maybe suddenly it will disappear. So then what you have to, you refocus. Now you refocus in that level. When you refocus, you have to slow down. So that's how you go deeper. When you go deeper, that calmness, that carefulness, the strength of the balance and the energy, that everything come together little by little, slow down. And the self-love There's no resistance. There's no argument, only acceptance there. That whatever, no any kind of expectations you develop out of practice, or the results should be like that. You don't have that. So whatever is there, you accept it. See that way, your practice going to become so strong, deep. And in that deep level, you go to the bottom, or you touch the roots of your mind. That means you go to the depth of you. And in there you will see, even though on the surface level we see in the beginning it's still dark, no path, and we don't see any kind of meaning, and we don't see any kind of light, and we don't understand how things happen inside us. But in the deeper level, once you touch that, the bottom, you start to see the light within yourself. It brings the clarity to yourself. And in the beginning, the surface level, when you have the darkness, you always escape from situation with the fear. But now you have the understanding. That understanding is so sustainable and allow you to settle down within yourself. So then in situations, you don't escape, you don't look for something, because you come to the completion. When it comes to fear, we escape. The most dangerous thing is the death. No matter what this outside thing, but when it comes to death, look at the people build up this everything, the whole world, day and night. This everybody try to escape from the death. But now you came to the light, you came to the center, you came to the very depth of you. And in that very level, you have no fear. You have only the light and the clarity to accept whatever in front of you. And that is the moment, even when the death comes, there is no fear to escape from it. You don't look for another place. And in that very moment, your transformation, your nibbana itself going to happen within this very lifetime. Because that is where that deeper light has the power. It is within yourself. That is the depth of you. That is the bottom of this human existence. You have the clarity is hiding there. But in the thing is, in day-to-day life, with this busy and moving lifestyle, we miss that. So the meditation is a method. Slowly you get access to that. You access to that, not doing something, just being. So that's why the sitting is very necessary, little by little. And we can't say everybody needs to sit, but it is your choice. We can't say, oh, you should do this, or you should not. We can't say that. Each and every person, your background is different. Your ecological, biological, historical, theological background is different. So you are the one who need to understand how your sitting should be, how your practice should be. So once you have that understanding, it's kind of like giving you the seat to settle down. And once you have that, your journey going to become more and more comfortable, joyful. And that is the journey that you go inside. And then you don't look for these outside things. You don't go from this retreat to that place to that, you don't go that. You just only go to the closet, that's it. Every day, wherever you are, you be there. Because this journey is not, you go outside behind the gurus or the place or the teachers or the retreat or the temple. This is not a journey like that. It's okay, it's beautiful, but one day you have to remember that we go to this outside journey, start to convert, turn to inside. And that's the journey we go. So with that, so let's practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left and neck, head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and see, so patveva, oh, may I be well and happy 3 times. So take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. So allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Just recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chamni sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhamma Nudhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Paribunjiswami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamunchatu. Bless you.